Dr. Art Uline's Cold Remedies, this week at 4.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry I'm late. A couple of patients of mine I had to check up on at the hospital.
Miles?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. What's wrong? You're worried about something. I can read it in your expression.
You're right. Something is bothering me. Doesn't have anything to do with the hospital. Last night, Lynn showed up at WEON Studios. She was convinced that somebody had followed her there from here.
Here you go. Thanks. Now, you mean to tell me, Beth, that you've never been in love before, not even once?
Well, well, there was this boy in high school, Mark Donald Edwards. You never forget those things. Everyone in high school was in love with them, including me. At least I thought so at the time.
Yeah, mine was Roy Tucker, the unattainable golden boy. Yeah, we were in law school together, and I must have filled 3 diaries filled with fantasies about him.
Mine wouldn't even look at you unless you had 6-inch heels on and 9 pounds of makeup.
Yeah, well, mine turned out to be, Look, that's another story. Why don't you go on?
Well, I do remember one day when I was walking down the hall between classes, you know, with textbooks up to here, and oh, good old sensible Beth. No makeup and dungarees and penny loafers. Any case. I turned around the corner and I ran right into Mark. It's just like in the movies. We lay there on the floor and he looked at me and I looked at him, and it was like we were the only 2 people in the world at that moment. And there were so many things that I wanted to say to him. And I could have if I could just find the right words. Only I couldn't. It was like somebody'd filled my mouth with cement. So in any case, he looked at me fairly strangely and got up and walked away, and he didn't look at me again. He graduated a couple of months later. And you know, just a while ago with Miles, it was like I was back in high school again. Feeling just as helpless as I had with Mark.
Beth, you will find a way to work this out.
I don't know, Dee Dee. I'm having a hard enough time even accepting it. Somehow, without my even knowing it, I fall in love with Miles.
Oh, here it is. Eager Bank Incorporated. That's surprising.
Don't tell me you found an honest company.
Well, it looks that way. I mean, they are located in Florida, all right. And from what this company is a good-sized engineering firm. Relies to a large extent on defense contracts. Seems completely above board. They're not even owned by Alicia Van Dyne.
Very funny. So where does that leave us? Even if Adler did buy his property in Hawthorne Hills through this company in 1961 and then bought it from them in 1973 when he retired, so what?
I know. There's still no motive for him attacking Standing Elk.
Have you decided to pledge a sorority yet, Jody?
No, not yet. I'm still thinking about it.
Well, I wouldn't wait too long if I were you. Without a sorority, things can get real boring around this place.
of Night is brought to you by Pepto-Bismol. Coats, soothes, and relieves. Pepto-Bismol for most common stomach discomforts.
Everybody's coming to the Johnsons for the holidays. 12 aunts, uncles, and cousins are going to have a real feast. But some will overdo it, whether it's Uncle Harry's heartburn or the twins' upset stomachs. The one that coats is the only one they need. Pepto-Bismol. As it coats, it relieves heartburn, upset stomach, and diarrhea. Pepto-Bismol. For most common stomach discomforts, the one that coats is the only one you need.
Over the years, lots of chips have gone into the dip, never to return. Some reach the edge, and some you'll repel. But now there's the thicker dipper, Pringles Ripple Potato Chips. They're thicker than ordinary chips. Thick-alicious by itself, and just plain irresistible as it cradles that dip clear up to your lips. They'll take whatever you dish out. Give it the old guacamole. Delicious Pringles Ripple, the thicker dipper.
Years ago, I enjoyed just growing plants. Today, I've got a growing business. Now that's a change for the better. I used to buy separate detergent and fabric softener. Now Bold 3 detergent plus fabric softener is all I buy. Hard to believe, Bold 3's full-strength fabric softener softens even the scratchiest towels and controls static, while its tough detergent cleans out dirt like this. Just add water, and the results are beautiful.
A change for the better. Bold 3.
Did Lynn notice anything at all about the man?
No, she was a little too scared for that.
Any possibility that it was just a random incident? A coincidence?
Chris, Lynn said she was followed from this building to a restaurant, from the restaurant to the radio station. Does that sound like a coincidence to you?
No, but what could he possibly want with her?
If your attacker has been watching you, then he has noticed Lynn, and if he's as thorough as I think he is, then he probably wants to know what the connection is between the two of you.
Oh, Miles, you don't think he suspects?
Oh, no, not yet. I must have used half the side streets in Monticello to get Lynn home. I'm sure we weren't followed.
What about the next time? And the time after that? How long do you think we can keep my blindness a secret from him? Miles, once he knows that...
We're going to do everything we can to prevent it. Listen, I called Derek this morning, told him about the incident. He promised he'd put a detective on Lynn. If the guy follows her again, we're going to catch him.
Well, there goes Derek's theory up in smoke.
What do you mean?
Well, he's convinced that my attacker was scared off because he'd given us the name Pat as a clue, but he was wrong. Our man isn't scared at all. He's just being patient. Waiting for his chance.
Beth, Miles is a very sensitive man. So maybe if you told him about your feelings for him.
Oh, no, I couldn't do that. Miles is having enough difficulties on his own without adding my schoolgirl crush to them.
But you said that you were in love with him. That's a lot more than a schoolgirl crush.
Well, you don't understand.
Yeah, that's right. You mentioned some problems he was having in his relationship with Chris. Look, I won't pry, but if you want to tell me about it.
I'm sorry, I just can't do that. I do want to thank you, though, for listening. I really didn't know who to turn to.
I really don't feel like I've been any help at all.
Listening is a big help. Speaking of help, I knew there was something else on my mind. Has Mitzi mentioned anything about the play?
Shelley. Yeah, she says that Shelley's doing better than ever, and there's no signs at all of her recent problems.
I really do wish you'd consider therapy. That much pain and anger doesn't just evaporate. You know, maybe I should go to the theater right now and just check up.
Beth, you know, maybe what you should do is to stop worrying about other people's problems so much and concentrate on your own.
Yeah. Well, maybe I can find some time for Beth Carell in my appointment book. Thank you, Dee Dee, for everything.
Beth, you know, you were there for me at probably the most difficult time of my life. And if it weren't for you, I don't know what would have happened to me.
Well, it's all in the past.
Yeah, well, I haven't forgotten. And look, I want you to know that that door swings both ways, okay? So if you ever need me for anything, I mean anything, I'll be there. So you just put that in your appointment book. Oh. Bye. You take care.
I think we've been at this long enough. Let's go home.
Wonder how the kid is making out. He spends about all day alone with Mrs. DeGroot.
If I were his age, I think I'd rather eat spinach for breakfast than spend 5 minutes with her.
You figure out a way to get rid of her yet?
Nothing that doesn't end up in a prison sentence. How about you?
Oh, I don't know. I get the feeling that we gave it our best shot. That woman is like a rock.
Yeah, why don't we just find a quarry to dump her in then?
Well, I wish it was that simple. But now that she knows that we're out to get rid of her, I mean, she's become impossible to budge.
Jamie. Hey, old buddy, what's going on down here? You're supposed to be upstairs in bed instead of playing paratrooper here on the stairs.
I wanted a drink of water.
Oh, no, there's plenty of water upstairs. Hey, you're not coming down with something, are you? And that's all I need is a sick kid on my hands and me not knowing which end the thermometer goes into.
I feel fine.
Well, then what's all this falling down business about?
I was just playing the game.
That's a game. Baseball's a game. It's falling down. It's something else. That's the third time he's done that.
Harvesting gets this crowd mighty hungry, especially for my blue ribbon Crisco cooking. Crisco made all this, Loretta? And Crisco made it all delicious. And Crisco makes my country fried chicken this crispy. Can't beat that Crisco crunch.
No greasy taste here.
And Crisco has no cholesterol.
I found dessert.
That's my chocolate caramel cake. Crisco's what makes it rise so high and light and taste this moist. You'll find lots of Crisco recipes in your Crisco cookbook. And to get yours, just dial 1-800-5-CRISCO. Hey, do you call that working hard?
I call this eating good.
Crisco will do you proud every time.
Quick, what's the only thing that tastes this irresistibly rich, incredibly thick? Quick, what's now so easy, so chocolatey, creamy? Quick, what gives milk spark, delicious and dark? It could only be Nestle Quick, irresistible Nestle Quick.
For the man who's not just a friend, the cologne that's not just a fragrance, give him British Sterling. Legendary scent, generously masculine. Make him a legend in his own time with a gift from British Sterling's new Home for the Holidays collection.
It looks to me like you're pretty bright, Jody.
I wonder about that sometimes. Like right now, for instance.
Well, I think you're okay. Maybe even okay enough to join my sorority. Phi Epsilon.
I didn't know you belonged to one.
Oh, you mean my living in the dorm and all? You see, Phi Epsilon is different. We encourage our members to serve the college community. We believe there's more to sorority life than chasing boys and squirting shaving cream around the halls. Clean of body, sound of mind. That's our motto.
Oh, and it's a lovely thought. You know, it'd probably look great on a potholder.
You know, that wouldn't be such a bad idea. Jody, I think you and I are going to get along wonderfully. I'd really like you to consider joining us.
Truthfully, Maxine, I've been considering Delta Chi Delta.
You must be joking. Jody, you don't want to waste your time with a bunch of uncommitted women.
Well, I hear they're one of the most respected sororities on campus. They've done a lot for the school and the community.
Has anyone else asked you to pledge?
Well, Kappa, but oh, I'm sorry, I dropped this brochure on hats. You know, I've never really seriously considered Kappa, but...
The only thing Delta Chi Delta does for the community is to keep the men out of the pool halls. By the way, speaking of men, I noticed Preacher, leaving the dorm a while ago. Is he ill by any chance?
No, I don't think so. Why?
When he was walking down the corridor, something seemed to be wrong with his hips. They were swaying.
Oh, well, Preacher sort of struts a little.
No, this was not a strut. This was a definite sway. And that's not the only unusual thing I noticed. I was glancing through the visitor's book downstairs.
Just a little light reading.
For a man of Preacher's machismo, he certainly has a dainty way of signing his name.
I tried to speak with Beth last night before all the excitement.
You know, I'm sorry I told her to leave us alone. It's just that sometimes Beth is so damn good. It just kind of drives me crazy.
Well, she means well.
Yeah, well, maybe she should step off the carousel a minute and take a look at herself. I mean, the woman hardly has any life of her own. Seems like she spends every waking hour helping somebody else.
Listen, you know, I've talked to her in the past about, you know, boyfriends, things like that. She gets very, very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
like
well,
it's a part of her life she just doesn't want to discuss at all.
I don't understand that. She's a very attractive woman with a lot of good attributes.
You coming up to sleep there?
Yeah, I'll be up in a minute. I'm gonna go grab a snack.
Well, this will look nice when they finally get done with it.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna look nice.
Mrs. Whitney, I got to talk to you about something.
Gunther, can't this wait? I'm tired. I'd like to go to bed.
Oh, I don't think so. See, it's about Jamie.
Jamie, what about him? So help me, if DeGroot laid one hand on him, I'll...
No. She didn't have anything to do with it.
So what is it? Gunther, come on.
Well, he keeps falling down.
Big deal. Kids fall down all the time.
3 times in the same spot.
Was he hurt?
No, he seems to be okay. He just keeps falling down, and he gets back up, and he falls down again. I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Oh, my God. A childhood disease.
No, now just take it easy, relax. He's doing it on purpose.
Oh, my God. It's some kind of emotional disorder. It's probably hereditary from Logan's side of the family.
No. They see, I think he's playing a game.
Well, does Mrs. DeGroot know about any of this?
Are you kidding me? She's the only bat I've ever seen that sleeps at night. And the way she regiments her life, I'll tell you, she's in the sack by 10, out like a light, 10:02.
Well, I suppose he's all right then.
Yeah, I think he's fine. I just wanted you to know about it, that's all.
Okay, well, you keep an eye on him when we're not around, you know? I mean, I wouldn't want anything to happen to him.
Listen, don't worry about a thing, Mrs. Whitney. I'll keep an eye on him.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Did you ever have any children?
I don't think so.
Jamie seems to like you a lot. Good night.
Yeah, night, Mrs. Whitney. Yeah. He'd like you, too, if you'd only give him half a chance.
Well, I guess I'll say goodnight now, Jody. Give you some time to think about my offer.
Oh, that's a physics experiment I've been working on.
Physics? With a stapler and some twine?
Well, I was fresh out of apples.
Apples?
Well, you know, Newton and apples and gravity. And gravity and apples and, you know, Newton's theory on gravity. With apples, you know.
Raise your hand. You got it. Raise your hand. You know it. You feel confident, secure.
If you want to feel confident, raise your hand. If you want to feel secure, raise your hand. If you want protection that helps you feel dry all day, raise your hand and reach for sure.
Confident, dry and secure. Raise your hand if you're sure. Raise your hand if you're sure.
Lots of chips have gone into the dip, never to return. Some reach the edge, and some you'll repel. But now there's the thicker dipper, Pringles Rippled Potato Chips. They're thicker than ordinary chips. D's Thickalicious by itself, and just plain irresistible as it cradles that dip clear up to your lips. They'll take whatever you dish out. Give her the old guacamole. Delicious Pringles Rippled, the thicker dipper.
I can't find it.
I'll be home at 10. 9.
Come away to a new High Point and relax. High Point coffee helps smooth out the rough edges, smooth in relaxation, gently washing away not only caffeine, but also bitterness that can interrupt your coffee pleasure. Relaxing moments don't last forever.
Mom, I missed the bus.
New High Point smooths out rough edges, smooths in relaxation.
You see, it's all very complicated. Naturally, the stapler displays a certain amount of air, but that doesn't account for the twine, which makes the experiment that much more difficult. You see, a heavier gauge of twine can upset the equation enormously. You know, if you're interested, I'd be glad to fill you in on all the details in the morning, okay?
Oh, I'm not the least bit tired. I could go on chatting like this all night.
Maxine, really, I'd love to, but you know, after all this hard work and everything, I'm just ready to collapse. So I promise you, in the morning, I'll tell you everything about the experiment, okay?
Okay. Good night, Jody.
Good night.
Sleep tight. Don't let the textbooks bite.
Right. I thought you'd never leave.
Yeah, me too. You know, I was growing cobwebs and a beard under there. That lady is something else.
Oh, whatever she is, she's gone.
Yeah, I think we did it. Jody Travis, I think we got the rest of the night to ourselves, huh?
Jody.
Oh, no, over here, over here.
Miles, Chris, I apologize. I did not mean to.
Beth, come in. Come in, how are you?
Better if you'd accept my apology.
Listen, if you ladies would just excuse me a few minutes.
Beth, there's no apology necessary. I know you meant well.
Yes, but meaning well doesn't always mean you say the right thing.
No, I shouldn't have been so abrupt with you. You know, after all, if it wasn't for you, I would have never met Lynn Wallace. And you know, she's been wonderful.
Good. Chris, if there's anything I can do, or anything that you want, I'd like very much to help.
I appreciate that.
Well, I have a radio show to go do. Good night, Chris.
Good night. Take care. Good night, Miles.
All right, I'd be happy to drive you home.
No, thank you. I'll be just fine.
Wish I understood her better.
What do you mean?
I don't know for sure. Listen, I'm happy you two patched it up, but there's something going on inside that woman, and I can't figure out what it is.
Jody, I'm sorry to bother you again, but I'm just so excited about the possibilities.
Possibilities?
Yes, of you joining Phi Epsilon. You see, we've never had a physics student before, and I
Maxine, in the morning, okay?
I suppose if that's the best answer I can get. All right. See you in the morning.
Okay. Night.
Think that's it?
I can't make any predictions, but all I can do is hope.
You know, my new college will be rough for us, but sneaking around in dorms, that's not my style of fun.
What's your style?
Thanks to Maxine, I think I forgot.
Preacher, we're supposed to be having fun. Or have you forgotten that, too?
Yeah, running across state back and forth is not my idea of fun.
Don't think about that now, all right?
Well?
We're together, and that's all that matters. That's all I care about.
Really? Yeah, there's two things I don't like about a dormitory. One is you being in one.
What's the second one?
Bunk beds.
Preacher, I'm glad you're here.
It's kind of like the old times, huh?
Believe it or not, someday nights like these are going to be the old times.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way. You know a lot, don't you, Joe? Huh?
Just think of me as your brilliant physics major.
Speaking of that, excuse me for a second. Let me take care of some business. Are you really serious about pledging to that sorority?
I'm pretty sure. You know, you should be happy about that.
Yeah, why is that?
Because the sorority I'm interested in doesn't have bunk beds.
Ooh, glad to hear that.
Preacher,
What?
you know, I think maybe you were right earlier.
What, about the sorority?
No, about feeling like old times.
And all that vitamin C. That's why you love
High C fruit drinks are so cool, so delicious, and come in so many real fruit flavors.
That's why you love High C.
I think I've learned a thing or two about saving money on food. And now that my kids have kids, I tell them what I've learned. Go to Ralph's, especially now. Ralph's has new, lower prices, and everyone knows Ralph's has always had higher standards. Believe me, that's every bit as important. In fact, I've been getting both at Ralph's for well over 25 years now. No wonder more people shop Ralph's than any other supermarket. So the advice I give, look for Ralph's new, lower prices. You'll find them right next to their higher standards.
Throughout the ages, man has gone to titanic lengths to save money on fashion clothing, overcoming considerable odds, traversing great distances to obtain that deal, that bargain.
Just get to the point.
During the Miller's Outpost clearance sale, you'll save a ton of cash on every ladies' fashion cord pad in stock. Just $12 each for names like Foreplay, Jordache, Flirt, Sasson, Bayer, Britannia, Chemin de Fer, and more. $12 each, no fooling, gals. You buy them, you save. You gotta hurry to Miller's Outpost now before time runs out.